Hey, we're going to have a look at the D7th chords. So again, this pattern is your 1, 5, 1, 3. Okay, so if we look at it and go, cool. All right, that note on the B is where we're going to change. And I love this chord just because it's so easy. You've got this really, really nice sounding chord that isn't hard to do at all, because all we're doing is dropping that third finger back, which means we can just flatten your first finger across the bottom 3 strings there on the 2nd fret. And it's such a nice sound. All on that high end of the guitar, it really... Getting such a beautiful tone there for very little effort. And you know, if you are singing, that really allows you to focus on some vocals when you're playing with your guitar, which is really nice. Sometimes playing with complex chords and singing can really throw you a bit, so it's a great one. Now, all right, that's our D major 7th. Now, one thing I want to slip in here is we'll go to the D dominant because it's a really cool little run between these. So the D dominant is like, I just call it the reverse D. So you've done the D the opposite way to the D major. So your first finger's back on the B string on the 1st fret. So, and it's got that cool dominant tone to it. All right, now, I'll show you a great little run here, and it is just going from your D major to the D major 7th to the D dominant 7th, and it's... So, great little sound to that, okay? And gives you an idea. You can muck around with these. You don't have to be stuck to jazz style modes as such. You can break the rules. So when you get into some theory later and it tells you have to play a dominant chord here or you have to play a major 7th there, yep, that's great, but make sure you bend it so it sounds good. Okay? Right. What we want to look at now is the D minor 7th. Now, this one is, oh, look, not particularly hard, but not easy either, mainly to get the clearance over these strings. So when we've got our D, so we're going to have our D minor is like that. So our 7th note is there on that B string. So what we need to do is actually have flat finger on the bottom 2, 2nd finger comes over the top. All right. Now you need to make sure you push your wrist forward on this one to get that 2nd finger to clear so it doesn't deaden that 7th note. Otherwise you've not really hit the chord. It's just a bit of a D. Okay. So, and it's got a cool tone. So nice higher tones there. So if you're going to do a D minor 7th, it's the place to hit it. All right. So where you can slip these in together. So we know we've got our A minor, okay, D minor and E minor that are all nice relatives. They can play nicely together. So when you start to put these together, you can get some beautiful sounding runs. So if you want something that's very cool, you know, you can try it with these minor 7ths. So if we go from our A minor 7th, okay, down to our D minor 7th, all right, and up. We might use this E minor 7th. All right, so see we've got some nice, beautiful rhythms and tones there. Now, that might be a little bit too much minor seventh for people, so you can always just slip a minor seventh in there. So you might start with your A minor. And drop that D minor 7. Okay, so that's less cool toning. So you can really muck around with that, get a little bit of a more upbeat rhythm, but still adding a bit of color to your chords. Okay, so you don't overuse these, but try and slip them in somewhere where they work. We'll leave it there, and I'll see you next time.